she was meant for our family. Like, she came to us at a time where it was perfect for us to be together, and she fits into our lives so well and so perfectly that we would have never found this child otherwise.
You two are foster parents, and you've been foster parents for how many years?
Almost three.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah.
And you are also adoptive parents, is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, so that's wonderful. How long when did you become adoptive parents?
September of last year.
Okay, so and you adopted one of the children that you fostered?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right. So tell me a little bit, so Jerri, tell me, why in the heck did you become a foster parent?
We became foster parents or interested in foster care when we were going through like infertility of our own. We found out that it would be impossible for us to have biological children, and we knew several people who were foster families. We got the chance to meet with a lot of them and talk to them about their experience, and we fell in love, and we found out that we were gonna do that, like we were gonna become foster parents really quickly, and we kind of went headfirst into all of it, and we never looked back.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So tell me from your perspective, why did you become a foster dad?
Yeah. So again, infertility, and it was actually infertility more on my part than hers. I have a rare genetic disorder where, or I guess not disorder, but a syndrome where my genetics just don't give me the chance to have kids or make kids. And so we looked at each other and said, we want to have kids, let's go another route. And foster seemed to be the best route. I mean, there's tons of kids that need homes, and so we were said, let's do it. And so we did it, and I mean, it's been the best thing for us. We've had lots of kids come through the home, and we continue to open our homes to more.
That's great. So how hard was it to become a foster parent? You had to have some training and background checks, and basically your house becomes a fishbowl for people coming in. So tell me about that, Jerri.
So when we first initially started to get the licensing process started, it was a little daunting, but I feel like with our agency, we had a lot taken off of our plate. A lot was done for us. And we were really prepared for the different people that were going to come into our home. So we had our home study, and we feel like that went really smoothly. We had, background checks, and we had all the different people that you meet. We felt really prepared going into it before we ever got our first child. Just from the outside looking in, I feel like we had a really good understanding. And then when the people did start to roll into our home, and we got that first placement, we met the first case manager, the first GAL. We met those people. I feel like we were really well prepared by our agency and by our licensing worker to accept those people into our home and the purpose that they served for the state. Yeah.
So what's the hardest part about being a foster parent?
I wouldn't say it's really hard. I mean, aside from you being open and willing, it's a lot of time on your part as far as visits go, doctor's appointments, making sure that your child has all the needs. Besides that, it's just taking them in as you would a normal child. I mean, raise them as your own. I mean, we get told by the foster agency, you raise this child like you would any other child, so it's nothing different.
What are the joys?
The joys, them smiling. I mean, it seems like they have a different kind of light.
It's the connection that you wouldn't have made, I think.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of joy comes from I think that's what you're trying to say, is the connections that we made with these children that we normally would never have come across, and the impact that they've made on their lives. they're just little kids. They're little, babies. They don't know what they're doing, but they're changing our life.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you said that they're changing your life.
Yeah.
So a lot of people would think, oh, it's so wonderful. Aren't you just wonderful people to take these poor, unfortunate kids into your home?
Yeah.
Who gets more out of it, you or them?
Us, for sure.
Isn't that interesting?
For sure.
It's one of those paradoxes, isn't it?
Yeah.
So lots of work to become a foster parent.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Every day is worth it. I think of all the times that it's like, it feels really hard and it feels like you can't do it, I look back on those days now, I'm so thankful for them. I think that we have always said this, that foster care is the best thing that we've ever done. It's made our marriage stronger. It's made our relationships with our family stronger. I think that there's like bonds that happen with each of these children, and I feel like it just makes you more empathetic towards different people, and it makes you more open towards different experiences. And it's not just this little part of our life that's changed, like our family, having children in our home. It's like every single facet of our home, we look at it through a different lens because we've been foster parents.
And you adopted one of your foster kids. Tell me a little bit about that. What was that like to adopt?
First, she was abandoned at the hospital, so her case was kind of different than the other cases that we've had as far as people being involved. So we had her basically from, she was either 11 or 12 days old from the hospital, came into our home, and then never left. And it's been really great. Being able to adopt her was a really great experience. Going down to the court and signing off with a judge and taking a picture there was cool. And I mean, just knowing that she's mine forever is obviously awesome. And
we said goodbye a lot before we met her. We said that we had 5 children up until we had her that we had in our home that we fostered that reunified, or they went to kinship or whatever it was. They were back with their families. And to have a child that we never had to say goodbye to, I think was like the biggest. I don't know if, and what's crazy too is, she, I don't know how to explain this, but like she was meant for our family. Like she came to us at a time where it was perfect for us to be together, and she fits into our lives so well and so perfectly that we would have never found this child otherwise.
So you said a little bit about saying goodbye to the foster kids, and I've heard that some people don't want to foster because they don't want to get attached to the kids to then have to say goodbye. Do you want to talk about how you work that?
So because we've had so many goodbyes, I guess, we've gotten really good at them. We have our kind of routines that we do when we say goodbye, and we try and make it a happy thing. They're going back with their family. It is hard for us. We have that heartache in us, but we really do try to find the benefit for the child in that goodbye. So we focus on the good things of where they're going. But I feel, and I don't know if this is it for you, but I feel like we still have that connection with that child. In a lot of cases, we do have contact with their families and we get updates on them. But I feel like we have a closeness with those children still, that bond that we formed through the months that we had them. I think that can't be undone. And so I think that sometimes it's not so much as a goodbye as it is like, I'm here and I love you and I'm still your family. I'm just not with you.
Sure.
And so that's...
Well, and the difference that you were able to make in that short period of time was worth it. That's great. What would you like to say to somebody that would be or considering becoming a foster parent? What advice would you give?
I have this conversation a lot with people, actually. People, when they learn that we're foster parents, they want to know what kind of to do, like what if they would do it, what it would be like.
And you have a sign out in front of your house.
I do. Yeah, we do. I think we are so open about foster care. We are willing to talk about it to anyone, the highs and the lows of it. But if someone came to us and as they have, and they wanted to know about foster care. We say that there are thousands of kids that, no fault of their own, have been removed from their homes. They don't have the family that they knew or that they've known up to that point, and that there just aren't enough people that can care for those children. And that I feel, and I know that Mitchell feels this, that we have an obligation to these children that don't have a voice right now, and to give them a place to lay their head for even just a night makes a difference. And I think that if people are willing to kind of push past their own reservations on that, they are going to have more blessings and more like wonderful things come into their life than they ever thought would happen. And I really think that everyone should foster or help foster children in some way, because it's everything. Our children in this world are everything. So
awesome. That's great. Anything that you'd like to add?
I would just say just do it. Like, honestly, a lot of people have a lot of reservations of should I or should I not. I mean, I was one of those people that was like, well, now we're in it, I don't know, like this is a lot, and we're getting told a lot, but what we're getting told and how we experienced it was actually a lot different. They were saying a lot of this could be cases, and then we got the case and it turned out to be a little different, and it was a lot more manageable than I thought, and it was easier to just go with the flow. For me, I mean, it's the same as her, as far as there's thousands of kids that need homes, and just one home, I mean, even if it's overnight, it's better than where they could have been. I mean, sleeping in an office is not ideal for anyone.
Yeah.
And so it's just opening your arms. I mean, a lot of people call us crazy. I can't believe you're doing this. I could never is what we hear a lot.
Oh, I could never.
And I just say to them, oh, you could.
You could.
You could. Because I was one of those, like, oh, I could never. And then
you look a kid in the eyes and you're like, oh, no, I can do it. I can figure it out. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Let's meet your daughter.
Yeah.
Gemma, come here. Hi.
She is such a cute kid. Hi.
Hey, you say hi.
Say hi.
She's so shy.
And you adopted her when she was little, really?
Yeah, so she came to us when she was really little, but the process to adopt her took probably about a year. And she is everything that we've ever wanted. She's the daughter we were always supposed to have.
Well, apparently she's supposed to have her.
Yeah. She loves.
You say, yeah, you guys are fine, but I'm over here.
She wants her laptop.
Oh, that's great. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.